I want you to imagine this for a moment. You're digging through a jar of loose change that's been sitting in a kitchen drawer for years. Most of the coins look ordinary, worth exactly what they say. But then you spot a single penny from 2009 with no mint mark. At first glance, it seems like just another 1-cent coin. Yet some collectors have paid hundreds, even thousands of dollars for certain examples. The question is simple. Could one of these pennies be hiding in your pocket right now? The 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most fascinating modern coins in American history. It was created during a very special year, a year that celebrated the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Cent itself. Millions of Americans spent these pennies without giving them a second thought. But today, collectors across the country search through rolls of pennies hoping to find the right example. To understand why this coin matters, we need to travel back to 2009. For decades, the Lincoln penny had remained largely unchanged. Since 1959, the reverse side featured the Lincoln Memorial, one of the most recognizable monuments in the United States. Americans became so familiar with the design that many people never imagined it would change. But 2009 was different. The United States Mint wanted to honor Abraham Lincoln in a way that had never been done before. Instead of producing a single reverse design for the entire year, the Mint released 4 different versions. Each one represented a different stage of Lincoln's life. Together, they told the story of a young boy growing up in a log cabin and eventually becoming one of the most respected presidents in American history. This made 2009 one of the most unique years ever for the Lincoln Cent. The first design showed Lincoln's childhood in Kentucky. The second represented his formative years in Indiana. The third highlighted his professional life in Illinois. And the fourth celebrated his presidency in Washington, D.C. For collectors, it was like watching history unfold one coin at a time. Now let's talk about the phrase that gets so many people excited: no mint mark. When collectors hear those words, they often assume a coin is automatically rare. But that's not always true. On Lincoln pennies, a missing mint mark can mean 2 different things. Sometimes it's a genuine mint error. Other times, it simply means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on most pennies. In the case of the 2009 Lincoln penny, a no mint mark coin usually indicates that it was produced in Philadelphia. That means millions of these coins were made. So if they are common, why are collectors interested in them? The answer lies in condition, varieties, and special errors. Most 2009 no mint mark Lincoln cents circulated heavily. They passed through countless cash registers, vending machines, and coin jars. As a result, many examples show scratches, discoloration, and wear. Finding one today in pristine condition is much harder than finding an average circulated coin. Collectors often look for examples with strong luster, sharp details, and surfaces free from major marks. These top-quality coins can command surprisingly high prices compared to ordinary circulated examples. Another reason collectors love these pennies is the historical significance of the designs themselves. Think about it. Most coins remain unchanged for decades. But in 2009, Americans could receive 4 completely different Lincoln pennies in their change throughout the year. Many people tried to collect all 4 designs as they appeared. Children searched through pocket change. Families filled coin albums. Teachers used the coins to discuss American history in classrooms. The Lincoln Bicentennial series turned an everyday penny into a nationwide treasure hunt. Now let's explore some of the specific features that make these coins interesting. The 2009 Lincoln penny was composed primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. It weighed approximately 2.5 grams and measured about 19 millimeters in diameter. The front featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait had appeared on Lincoln cents since 1909 and remained one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. The reverse, however, changed depending on which of the 4 commemorative designs was being produced. Each reverse tells part of Lincoln's story. The birth and early childhood design depicts a log cabin in Kentucky. The formative years design shows young Lincoln sitting on a log reading a book. The professional life design features Lincoln standing before the Illinois state capitol. The presidency design displays the unfinished Capitol dome under construction during the Civil War. Each design serves as a miniature history lesson engraved on a coin smaller than a quarter. Now let's talk about the possibility of valuable errors. Whenever a large number of coins are produced, mistakes can occur. Some 2009 Lincoln pennies have been discovered with die cracks, doubled features, off-center strikes, and other unusual characteristics. While most 2009 pennies are worth only face value, error examples can attract significant collector attention. A double die occurs when parts of the design appear duplicated. This can create noticeable doubling in letters, numbers, or design elements. Off-center strikes happen when the blank coin planchet is not properly aligned during production. The result is a design that appears shifted toward one side. Die cracks can create raised lines across the surface of coin. These mint-made mistakes are often much scarcer than standard coins and can dramatically increase value. Of course, not every unusual-looking coin is a genuine error. Damage after leaving the mint can sometimes mimic valuable varieties. That's why serious collectors carefully study potential errors before making a purchase. Now, let's discuss value. Most circulated 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are worth only a few cents. You can often find them in circulation or purchase them inexpensively from coin dealers. However, things become more interesting when we look at high-grade examples. Coins that have never entered circulation and remain in exceptional condition can sell for much higher amounts. Professional grading services evaluate factors such as strike quality, luster, and preservation. A coin receiving a top-grade certification can become highly desirable because so few examples survive in nearly perfect condition. Certain certified examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. In rare cases involving exceptional grades or notable errors, prices can climb much higher. This huge difference in value explains why collectors examine even the most ordinary-looking pennies so carefully. A coin worth 1 cent in worn condition could potentially be worth hundreds if preserved perfectly. So how can you identify a genuine 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? First, check the date. It should clearly read 2009. Next, look below the date on the obverse side. If the coin was struck in Philadelphia, you will not see a mint mark. If there's a D, the coin came from Denver. If there's an S, it was produced as a proof coin in San Francisco. For a genuine no-mint mark example, the area where a mint mark would normally appear should be blank and natural-looking. Be cautious of altered coins. Some people attempt to remove mint marks from coins to create the appearance of rarity. Under magnification, signs of grinding or surface damage may reveal tampering. Weight can also provide clues. Authentic coins should closely match official mint specifications. Collectors often use digital scales and magnifying tools to verify suspicious examples. Another helpful step is comparing the coin with certified examples from reputable grading services. Now for some fun facts. Did you know that 2009 marked the first major redesign of the Lincoln cent reverse since 1959? That's a gap of 50 years. Another interesting detail is that the 4 design series was intended as a one-year-only celebration. The following year, the reverse changed again to the Union Shield design. This means the 2009 pennies represent a unique chapter in modern American coinage. Many collectors consider them mini historical documents because they visually tell Lincoln's life story. Another surprising fact is how many people accidentally spent complete collections. Millions of Americans assembled sets of all 4 designs in 2009, only to later mix them back into circulation. As a result, collectors continue searching through penny rolls hoping to rediscover these historic coins. So why do collectors still love the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny today? Part of the appeal comes from history. Abraham Lincoln remains one of America's most admired presidents. Any coin connected to his legacy naturally attracts interest. Part of the appeal comes from the designs. The 4 reverse images create a complete narrative rarely seen in circulating coinage. And part of the appeal comes from the hunt itself. Unlike many expensive collectibles locked away in vaults, these pennies can still occasionally be found in everyday circulation. That possibility keeps collectors searching. Every roll of pennies carries a small sense of excitement. Every coin jar holds a tiny chance of discovery. And every 2009 Lincoln penny invites a closer look. The next time you receive change from a store, don't ignore those pennies. Take a moment to check the date. Look for 2009. Examine the reverse design. See whether there's a mint mark. Most likely, you'll find an ordinary coin worth a cent. But you might also uncover a beautiful high-grade example, a fascinating mint error, or a piece of American history that collectors have been searching for. That's the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes the greatest treasures aren't hidden in pirate chests or buried underground. Sometimes they're sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting for someone curious enough to notice. And somewhere tonight, in a jar of forgotten change, another 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny is waiting to be discovered. The only question is whether you'll be the one who finds it.